Hello everybody, welcome to the show. I am Stephen Dalina, proud mayor of the great township of Monroe. Monroe Township Department of Public Works and the Parks Department staff members work together year-round to keep our township looking great, making sure our facilities, roads, parks, and sports complexes are safe and ready for optimal use. The teams of the skilled professionals in these departments certainly are busy year-round, and with the summer just around the corner, they've been busy prepping fields, conducting community cleanups, and collecting homeowner debris, and so much more. The Parks Department is responsible for the 6 municipal parks, sports complexes, and over 100 acres, 30 acres of which is sports fields, which have much higher use and require a higher level of care. The Public Works Department is made up of 4 divisions: the Division of Streets and Roads, the Buildings and Grounds divisions, Recycling divisions, and the Vehicle Maintenance Division, all under the direction of Wayne Horvat, Director of Public Works, as well as one of our guests, which we're about to introduce. Joining us today are Monroe Parks Department Manager Virgil Caputo and Greg Slavicek, Deputy Director of Public Works. Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for coming to the show.
Pleasure to be here, Mayor.
How are we doing today?
Great, Mayor.
Good. Excellent. Glad to have you here. So just wanted to introduce you to the community, because it's important for the community to know about all the great things that are happening here in Monroe Township. And as I espoused in the intro, there are some great things with our parks and public works. So I'd just like to start off, perhaps, Virgil, you want to just tell citizens a little bit about yourself and how you got to do this wonderful job.
Well, I came to this job about 21 years ago. After I got out of college, I had been working for the township in park maintenance in a seasonal capacity before that. I came on full-time. Been doing it since then. I've worked my way up through the ranks, and I took over the department in about 2015. So it's been 7 years now, and it's been a great joy to maintain the facilities for the residents to use, and it's
Well, Virgil, I know you and I go back quite some time.
Yes, yes.
With my time on the running Monroe baseball, golly, it's got to be 15 years ago, for crying out loud. Always a pleasure to deal with you in regards to keeping our parks up to the standard which we all enjoy, and I do want to thank you for all of your work. Greg, what's cooking with you? Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to be here in the Public Works for Monroe Township.
Well, Mayor, I have the privilege of starting my 17th year this past April with the Department of Public Works. 2006, I was lucky enough to come on board as a seasonal employee, pretty much riding the back of the garbage truck, picking up leaf bags and brush. Then got the opportunity to move through the ranks, as did Virgil, and it's always a pleasure to work alongside Virgil. And as of January 1st this past year, I was promoted to the Deputy Director of Public Works, and it's a great honor to work for this town.
Greg, I know we've talked about in the past about how you have run through the ranks and all that you've experienced, and again, it's that experience which you take to now this higher level and be able to pass along to a lot of the other staff members. I do want to appreciate that. So
thank you, Mayor.
Again, just thanks for that quick intro. So let's kind of get down into the weeds, so to speak. Parks and Rec, no weeds allowed on the parks.
We try.
Indeed. So we're leaving spring, coming into summer. What's going on with parks, Virgil, and if there's any projects that you're doing now that we all can enjoy as we move into these summer months?
Yeah, season started April 1st. Usually we start sports in our complexes and everything. So leading into that was field prep, spring cleanup, damage from winter, things of that nature. And also, before the permitted sports events start happening, we try to take advantage of that time, do a little bit longer term projects like infield resurfacing, some drainage work, things of that nature, because we have that little bit of time that part of the season. Once sports ramp up, which is going on now into the summer, we're pretty busy with field prep, pretty much the first half of each day, lining baseball fields, softball fields, lining at the soccer complex. All that work is time consuming, but it really allows us to provide the best possible fields for the kids to play on and enjoy.
Virgil, I'm in awe, truly, of what you and your department does for all of the recreation programs and citizens to enjoy the wonderful parks, the park system we have here in the township. What is your staffing? How many people do you have on staff, and are you hire seasonal workers to do your magic? I'd like to know, and I'm sure the citizens of Monroe Township would like to know a little bit more about your department and how many are involved.
Sure, there's 6 of us right now. And during the summer months, we always try to put on some seasonal help. The seasonal help is great to bolster our numbers a little bit and absorb that higher workload. With higher usage during the summer months, the parks experience a lot more wear and tear, as far as the trash that's being produced, wear and tear on the fields itself from play, and having the seasonal help in there really helps us take care of that in a timely manner so we can move on to other things. It's an integral part of the operation.
How many staff members?
6.
6 to cover how many acres?
It's over 100.
And
as you said in your intro, 30 of it is sports fields. The sports fields really have a higher level of input. That's where we could have a 25-acre park, and maybe only 5 acres of it are sports fields, but that's where everybody's at, and that's where the event is going on, and that's also where we want it to look good, and that's our showcase area. It has to be safe. It has to be groomed and taken care of properly. So that focus there is a lot more time consuming than say just maintaining a few acres here or a few acres there. It's a field within a field, so to speak, is a good way to put it.
Again, great work, and thank everybody on the staff for all the work that they do.
I certainly will. They're top notch. My foreman Frank works tirelessly. He's got more energy than anybody I've ever seen, and I have a great bunch of guys that work hard, do the right thing every day.
I think when you're certainly out and about, you do know who Frank is.
Everybody knows Frank.
Yep, all good. Greg, so season's changing, spring cleanouts, I'm sure, by a lot of the residents. What's happening with Public Works this time of the year?
Well, as you know, Mayor, obviously the department's broken up into 4 divisions. So there's roughly 26 employees under the Division of Streets and Roads, and they're primarily doing the yard waste collection, as well as the bulk pickup program that starts in April and runs through November. And then we have our road crews that include equipment operators, truck drivers, et cetera, laborers that will be doing all pipe work, drainage, and the construction work necessary for any construction projects that come up in the spring and summer months. The other divisions, such as recycling, obviously our recycling facilities is open 6 days a week, and that allows the residents to bring any of their debris and the recyclable materials to the yard over the course of the 6 days. Our vehicle maintenance division, that is 4 very skilled mechanics. They maintain over 250 fleet vehicles throughout the town, as well as all the smaller and larger pieces of equipment needed to operate the daily routine. And I would also want to mention that besides the workforce, we also have a great administrative staff that includes 3 office workers, myself, and the Director of Public Works, Wayne Horvat.
So again, could we have maybe a little more specifics about how many employees do we have in Public Works?
The total, including administrative staff, there's 52 employees under the direction of Public Works.
I'd like to just hone in a little bit. You had mentioned about the recycling yard. So, as mayor, I certainly go out and about and like to tout all of the, we'll say, crown jewels, right, of Monroe Township. We'll say the senior center, the library, the community center. And quite often, what might not be, say, at the forefront of a crown jewel is a recycling yard.
Correct.
However, I have to dispel that stigma that might be associated with that. Again, as a citizen, as a resident of Monroe Township, I have used that recycling yard over and over again. for not only just getting rid of trash, but recycling. And then again, that hidden gem of the landscaping bags, which I know there's a lot of trees here in Monroe Township. A lot of people like to use those landscaping bags. So tell me a little bit more about the recycling in Monroe Township, and do we receive grants for it, and just perhaps tonnage?
Sure. So obviously the recycling center is 6 days a week operational, and with that being said, we'd like to say it's a great amenity to the residents of Monroe. So how it works is, because of our extensive recycling program, we do receive grants. They're called tonnage grants through the county and through the state levels. And this past year, we received over $200,000 in grant money, which is the highest ever received by the township.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. And again, it's that hidden jewel that not a lot of people know about. We're going to be wrapping up the show. So I just want to again, I talk about some of the great things in Monroe Township. Virgil, if you could, just real brief. Mm-hmm. You grow grass in the wintertime in Monroe Township?
Yes, Mayor, I do. It grew out of a necessity. We have sports that play nearly year-round, starting in March and go into almost December. So we needed a way to repair wear areas. And through the use of a product called a turf blanket, we can create a greenhouse environment on the ground, and it lets us restore that turf over the winter months. So it's a great tool in the toolbox.
Again, something I like to tout, that we can grow some grass here in the wintertime in Monroe Township.
It is impressive when we pull them off.
Gentlemen, I cannot thank you enough for all that you do for Monroe Township. You're true leaders in the field, and all the citizens of Monroe Township enjoy those things that we all enjoy, and our parks, our public works are at the forefront of what I like to tout, Monroe Township being one of the best places to live. And I do want to thank you. Please pass along to the staff, thank you for all that they do. To the citizens of Monroe, just a little bit of information regarding the recycling hours. If you have any questions, please call the following number, 732-656-4575. Again, 732-656-4575 for any questions. That recycling center hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 2:45, and Saturday, 8 to 11:30 a.m. I hope to see you out at that recycling yard, or I hope to see you out at any one of those number of wonderful parks that we have here in Monroe Township. I do want to thank you for tuning in to the program, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Monroe.